We have a song that we had made that the show starts with.
Okay.
We're good? Okay, well, welcome to Dirt Floor Talk. I am your host, Jay Herring. Our motto, as always, is we are real men having real conversations, not polished floors. If you have not liked the hit follow subscribe button, now would be a great time to do it. Okay, well, welcome to I am Scott. I am your host, Jay Herring. Our motto, as always, is sorry about that, y'all. We're getting up and going. Uh, but I am joined by a local celebrity.
Say so, yeah. I'll take it.
Oh, no. You got to take it, man. You got to own it.
Yep.
People actually know exactly who you are.
For good and bad.
I am joined by Mike. Mike, tell everybody who you are.
Thanks, Jay. Happy to be here, first of all. Thanks for having me. It's Mike Goldstein, owner of Capital City Pedicabs. So just kind of rock and rolling in the summer, and here I am at Dirt Floor talking with Jay.
That's awesome, man. I'm so excited to have you. We're going to talk about many different subjects today. But you told me you were not a big cigar smoker.
Correct.
So, but you did tell me that you are a Scotch fan.
Mm-hmm.
I am also a Scotch guy, so I get it. So I got you a Victor St. Clair
Ooh.
maple Scotch infused cigar.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
There is a cutter for you to cut it and a lighter so you can light it. And we will see how you enjoy that.
Are you going to do the honors?
I can, yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I do not mind at all.
You know what you're doing.
There you go.
All right.
My friend. And you just want to, here, hand it back. I'll help you out all the way around.
Appreciate it.
All you want to do,
Not drop it.
Good job. Good catch,
Reflex,
man. All you want to do is light the edges to begin with.
Yep.
I'm running low. Feel, but that's okay. And then, put in your mouth.
Yep.
Suck in, but don't swallow. Let it out. Suck in, but don't swallow. Let it out.
Ooh,
there you go.
Not too shabby. No, give it a roll.
No, enjoy, man. Hang home.
Yep.
Now, Mike, you grew up in Tallahassee, right?
Yep.
So we grew up very close to each other. I'm a Crawfordville boy.
All right, just across the county line, right?
That's across the county line. What got you in to doing what you do? Because, first of all, explain to everybody what a pedal car is, because I don't think everybody knows.
It's basically like an Uber on a bike, but open air, so better chance of puking, but just in the open atmosphere, not so much in the car. Sorry, I got you mid smoke there, but basically we do like tours and ride. You invite me out here, so we'll see what's gonna happen. But we basically do like tours, rides around the Tallahassee, FSU, Gain Street area, and just get people around safely, but have some fun along the way.
Nice. I like the analogy that you gave.
Yep.
Of the puking thing, because we've all been there. I've done Uber and other things, and I've had people throw up in my car. So I guess the advantage you have is that they throw up on your pedal car. So much easier to wash, right?
Yeah, I mean, towels come in handy on occasion. Definitely get those waters ready for it. But a few stories over the years, we'll get to that later, I guess. But definitely a good way to start show off.
So how did you get into pedal cars? Because that's That's definitely a niche business.
Yeah, it wasn't my plan as a 38-year-old young man right now to have that, but my dad started a company about 14 years ago, so I took over along the way and just kind of took it over officially in 18, and still rock and rolling, but definitely not what I thought I'd be when I was growing up. But here we are.
Now you have, correct me if I'm wrong here,
Sure.
but you've done a good job in even expanding the company. Like you've got people that pedal for you now, right?
Yeah, a few over the years have stuck with us. It's not the best sell because you're basically out there hustling and grinding on a bicycle in the heat of summer and the cold of winter and in between. So, you got to fend for yourself and find a way to make it work. But yeah, a few guys stuck with us. One's working on the bikes with us, and one still rides around when they can. But yeah, it's been fun getting to get people over the years to pitch in and help out with getting out there for stuff.
Now you have, so you're 18-year-old Mike.
Yeah.
You hop on a bike.
Yep.
And you haven't hopped off since.
Well, okay, so I took over in 2018. Sorry.
Oh, 2018.
Yeah, sorry for mixing up, but
Okay.
we started the company about 14 years ago. So my dad
Okay.
started in 2012, took over in 18, and then basically 18-year-old me has not ridden a bike since basically, yeah. Okay, so funny enough, we first, yeah, I know we keep doing these like we need an outtake session at some point, but back when I tried to get the trains going again at Amtrak is when I first basically got on myself
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't find any people to get on at the moment. Had these bikes waiting and figured, screw it, I'll just do it myself and see what happens. Broke my glasses, hurt my shin, made like a $5 tip, and got back on. So you never figure out how to ride a bike, but definitely a little different when you're in the heat of the elements trying to get people around and learn the schematics first time. So yeah, it was a fun little journey, but still rock and rolling.
Yeah, I will say, for somebody who is out in the sun and the elements and the weather as much as you are, you do seem to enjoy what you do.
I mean, that's the main part, because if you're not enjoying it, what's the point of still doing it, right?
Now, I agree with that, and I think so many people do jobs not that they enjoy, not that they want to do, but because it pays the bills.
Right, and they're taught that from early on, because even if you don't enjoy, your dreams, you still have to sustain yourself as a person and still be here. So that's the people forget that part along the way, I feel like.
No, I agree. And I mean, there is something to be said that by the time you're 35 or 40, even if you don't like the job, it's time to settle in.
Right.
But I see you on Facebook all the time. It's actually funny. Me and you have probably been Facebook friends.
About 3 years, probably, give or take, probably longer.
Probably longer than that.
Yeah, it ages different in entrepreneurship years, doesn't it?
It does. It does. And haven't always agreed on things.
Of course not, but that's the best part about civilization sometimes, right?
It really is. It really is, and it's kind of the heart of the show.
Yeah.
We always say that we can have civilized conversations.
Yeah.
And disagree. But
Yep.
one thing I've always liked about you
Mhm.
was your civility and everything.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
I like that. So who is the most famous person you've ever had in your pedal car?
I guess initially, remember that short-lived rapper Froggy Fresh from like the
Mm-hmm.
Comedy Central era? I got him hopping for a photo op one time for these over a show, but recently more like the student athletes that go bigger. Rap shoe, got a few of those over the years, but yeah, kind of hunting down Froggy Fresh when he's here for a show and basically got him to hop in for a quick little photo op, so that's kind of funny.
That's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, I know you've had, Jordan Travis
Yeah.
and everybody else in. So what's it like working with the students as much as you work with the students?
I mean, as a whole, they're all students, but the athletes seem to be a little different kind of breed sometimes because they're still human too. People forget that part. But yeah, it's just they're still human and still normal people most of the time. So that's the cool part, is getting to meet them, connect with them, and their families and friends over the years too. So it's been kind of a good referral source as well.
So what does Mike, the pedal car guy, do when he's not
Pedaling.
pedaling?
I mean, I'm still thinking about things as I'm not doing it, but mostly for downtime, I try to do like movies, karaoke, things of that nature. We used to do trivia back in the day quite a bit, so stuff like that. But yeah, it's hard to separate Mike from the bike. Like, I guess Peter Parker and Spider-Man is the best analogy I can think of for that too.
It's a good analogy.
But like,
I like that.
you can't have one without the other, but they are still separate pieces of the puzzle.
No, I'm with you, man. And, so you like movies.
Yep.
What's your, if you had to compile top 5 movies, what would it be?
Gremlins, Ghostbusters, their sequels, except for that one we're going to talk about for Ghostbusters in the couple years ago. We'll leave that
It's
one
like,
alone.
it's a man show. You can say it. The women one.
Yeah, we're not. It was just not the best storyline in general, anyway. But yeah, they tried with that one. And even those cheesy Disney ones get me on occasion too. So it's kind of fun just to kind of just still, and you see it differently as an adult because like you see like cartoons growing up, you're like saying, oh, cool little, there's characters, but then when you look back at it later, it's like the bigger storylines is that too. Like Lion King's pretty deep now. If you look at it.
Mhm.
I mean, Scar threw his brother to the stampede and just didn't even bat an eye, right? That's kind of crazy too.
Of course, when you look at the way that they've done kings and queens over the years,
Yeah.
kind of makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm. And always like the Monty Pythons are always fun to watch too. I remember those. My uncle got me into those growing up.
Oh man,
Holy Grail and all those, yeah.
my son is the biggest Monty Python fan in the history of Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail. He is. In fact, I got him a shirt one time that was talking about it. So okay, so we got Gremlins.
Yep.
We got Ghostbusters.
Yep.
What was the other one you said?
So it's Lion King.
Lion King.
Monty Python, Holy Grail.
All right.
I'll call it Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. Okay. All right. Those are 5 good ones.
Yeah.
Those are 5 good ones. I would probably have to go Casablanca.
Okay. Yep. Classic.
High Noon.
Mm-hmm.
Secondhand Lion.
Okay. Yep. Oh, that's cool.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Robert Duvall and who's the other one?
Michael Keane.
And then the kid was the Sixth Sense kid.
Yeah.
Joel Osment. Yeah.
Yep. I am capable of watching that movie 24/7.
Yeah. Never gets old.
Let's see. Other great. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go Red River with John Wayne.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie?
No, but John Wayne himself is just enough to.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. 5th one, and we on outside show, and my son is going to work.
Hey, it happens. We're nature's beasts, and things just organically.
Yeah. Well, I was so excited when he got the job. He works at a horse ranch. So I always said the one thing that bothered me about his upbringing. I mean, you got to meet him. They're great kid.
Sure, yeah.
17, senior in high school, taking college classes.
Oh, even better, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I have no complaints whatsoever with it.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that I grew up a little harder than he did.
Fair, yeah, different days, right?
Yeah, and I kind of, I was kind of wanting him to get that, not mean edge, but get that, I've worked hard edge to
Get his stuff in gear before it gets too late, kind of deal.
Exactly, and when he got this job, it kind of, it's kind of making him a little bit more
well grounded,
manly.
Yeah.
You can notice like he is starting to gain muscle in places,
right.
And
it's getting him to be where I think he was a year ago, probably. Right?
Exactly. Now,
and by the way, cool setup by the way with the studio, really awesome to.
I appreciate that. We got the. I was talking to Greg Robinson. I don't know if you know Greg Robinson.
Maybe.
But he's been on my show many times.
Okay.
And me and Greg were sitting there talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I said, we're probably just going to do it at the house in the man cave. And I'm going to put a floor down. And Greg looks at me. He said, why put a floor down? He said, most guys that have man caves outside don't have floors in their caves. And
well, plus, that's a lot of work at that point, too, right? I mean,
it is. And so that's where we came up with the idea of Dirt Floor Talk.
Here we are. Episode, what are we on now?
You guys... Probably 12th.
Okay, cool. Say it's still growing, but definitely got some cool people on there.
Yeah, we've gone from... A couple of weeks ago, I had an episode that is basically my apology episode.
Oh, okay.
I had when I say and you can understand this as an entrepreneur.
Sure.
What could go wrong? did go wrong. We've had a laptop
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
burn up.
Cool. Good ashtray now, right?
Yeah, right? We've had a laptop burn up on us. We've had internet and lights go out, which is why we run everything through.
The living room and everything, like Murphy's Law, basically happened all at once.
Yes, at different episodes. And so I get a guy out here from Valdosta. Great man, Avery, does tent for a living.
Okay.
Owns a nice big shop in Valdosta. Probably the number one tent guy in the area.
Oh, cool.
And he's setting where you're setting, and we have an absolutely great interview.
Sure.
And Avery and his wife have been friends of mine for a while.
Gotcha.
And just an all around just beautiful human being. And the mics don't work properly. I lose the entire.
The one thing need to work didn't work, right?
Yes, because I can make bad video, and so I go on that Friday and I'm just like, look, we screwed up, and I gotta tell you, since then our shorts have been flying. Thank you, people watching us.
Yeah.
Our we're up from 24 subscribers on YouTube to 46. Thank you.
Yeah,
I think you were the 46th
there you
one.
go, yeah.
And we're starting to get some attention.
Takes time, but it's a good build up so far, right?
It does take time. It is anybody that wants to start one of these things and you want to have guests come on,
right?
Understand that for a long time you're going to be spending money.
Well, and you had me and two others come, at least 3 people come over from Tallahassee just to be on the show, so that's kind of cool in itself, right?
Let's see, Tallahassee, I have had
at least me, Tom, and Lacey so far that I can think of, but
I've had Q,
okay,
John, let's see,
okay,
from actually, all of my guests, but one have actually driven up from Tallahassee to be on the show.
Well, that's saying something itself. They're willing to travel an hour just to come to hang out with you for 2 hours, right? Like it's saying something.
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I think we do a pretty good show here. I think we, like I told Tom when Tom was coming on, and I once again, I've got nothing but good things to say about Tom.
Sure.
I will never officially back a candidate
right.
on the show, but I will say this: his knowledge is really good.
Sure.
And he's got guts.
Yeah.
And I know I say that a lot when people bring it up, that knowing. But, when you come on an unscripted 2.5 hour, 3 hour show, that is not something that most politicians are willing to do.
Well, sure. That's, of course, their time as well that they're giving up to do that. So.
And, you don't know if I'm going to say something so out of the ordinary that now you've got to take everything back.
Well, yeah, and of course, to your point, no one's actually stormed off the show yet, so that's good too, right?
No, nobody's stormed off yet. We have ticked off a couple of wives.
No, well, that's understandable. Where's the man show, right?
But we have not made anybody mad. In fact, most people like the show and want to keep coming back.
That's cool.
So speaking of wives, I know you're not married.
Nope.
But is there a maybe future Mrs. Goldstein in the picture?
Not in the moment. I mean, that's always long-term thinking, but for now, it's just business first and romance second, right, at the moment. So.
I don't disagree with that. But what he basically said, ladies, in a nutshell, was that if the right one that could help grow the business wants to come along, he's open.
You're not wrong.
Okay, let's do something interesting. What? Since you are single, I'm single again too after being engaged for 5 years.
Gotcha.
What is your type of woman?
I mean, we're both entrepreneurs, so I gotta be able to keep up with our schedules too. That's one factor, right? I mean,
Schedule is definitely a big
time
deal.
management. So just find that one that like matches with your personality but doesn't clash with it too much, which is kind of hard these days. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely. Not sure looks yet, but definitely want personality and mindset kind of complement each other. I think that's the one to go off of.
No, I agree with you that who she is
Yeah.
means more than how she looks. I mean, don't get me wrong. You want her to at least somewhat take care of herself.
Right.
You know, I'm saying that as a guy that's trying to lose weight, so I get it. But I definitely agree that is more important. So,
By the way, I had no idea what was going to happen on the show today. It just came up, opened the mind, and didn't even know what they were hot about. So that's good too. You didn't even know no preference, which is great because you didn't even know. You didn't give me a heads up. We're just here to hang out and talk, right?
that's all we're doing, man.
Yeah.
You know, I like to equate this to being at a cigar lounge.
Well, we're kind of are at this point, right?
Yes. By the way, how are you liking that?
Not bad. Still getting used to the idea of it, but I'm not opposed to him now, so that's good.
All right.
Shout out Lacey for always pushing these too, because he's always at the cigar lounge in Tallahassee too much. So that's fun too. You'll probably see us at some point and text me later, but yeah.
Yeah, shout out to my boy. He has been extremely supportive of the show. Love him to death.
He's running for office at some point. We don't know when, but that's probably funny too, right? Like, I probably will get yelled at for that one too, but yeah. He's kind of alluding to it, but it's just fun to watch him kind of grow the community around him as well.
Dude, I tell you what, I would hate to live on the difference between who's more connected in Tallahassee, you or him.
Ooh, that'd be a not fun game to play, right? You ever see the show How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
Remember the opening scene with Doogie Howser at the bar with Ted?
Mm-hmm.
The Have You Met Ted game? It'd be a bad game to play with shots, wouldn't it?
Oh man.
Imagine like so. One time, sidebar real quick. So, I had a buddy who came in town one time. He was just visiting on business and he was bored out in college town one day and just went out one night. Back when it was Tin Lizzy's, before it was Bowden's.
Okay.
He went out there and just basically said, "All right, we're doing shots, or whatever." And he name dropped me, and so they kept like pouring shots until I got up with him. So it's like again, not a fun game to play when you realize people know me in town like that.
Well, they really do, man. And I got to tell you, I've never heard anybody say anything negative about you either.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool because, I mean, you mentioned me, and you're going to get people that love me and people that absolutely despise me.
And they never made me say it out loud. I'm sure we have haters behind our backs all the time, but we don't let that stop us from doing what we're doing. So that's the best part, too. Like, even if we have someone that may not agree with us, they'll still, at least in our face.
Oh, man, I don't care. My ex asked me one time, she looked at me and she said, "You honest to God don't care what people think about you, do you?" And I said,
well,
no.
This morning I got told to change my shorts, which I did finally, but that was my other part. I changed my shirt too, so I had a nicer shirt on. So I swapped business and party. So normally it's what Moguls is party at front, business or party and back, business up front. I swapped shirt and shorts today. So basically I got told change my shorts to change my shirt instead, and swapped it out. So I compromise when I have to, I guess. What it came down to.
Nice. I prefer wearing I have a Italian wool jacket,
Okay.
and I normally wear it on the show.
Mhm.
But
It's hot out.
yeah, and the Italian wool breathes. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
I mean, it's extremely light, but
Yeah.
man, it I don't understand what it is about my job. Scott behind the camera might have a better take on it. In fact, I'll say what he says about it. But 9 months out of the year, when we knock on somebody's door,
Sure.
they let us in the house, and we sit down and we do business.
Yeah.
But from that, shake your head if I'm right or wrong, Scott, but somewhere around that June 20th to like that August 20th, every person that we meet wants to set out on outside and do the business. And it gets rough. You know, this is about those times, and environmentalists are about to hate what I have to say, but it is what it is. We will actually, hey, Scott, by the way, you might want to plug in my phone. We have to keep the car running sometimes.
There.
Just so we can cool off.
Yeah. That time of year.
When we get back inside, yeah, because it is, like I said, we will. Well, I'm complaining to you, and
Yeah, I'm out in the elements. Like,
your entire business is out in the
Yeah.
elements.
well, first off, VAC, shout out to the Farmers Market Diner. That was awesome for lunch. But
Yes,
VAC in there for sure.
yes,
So.
and I normally give them a shout out. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Was that your first time there?
It won't be my last.
What was your favorite thing you ate today, outside of the lettuce?
Yeah, let's not talk about that part. That's for later. But probably the I could go with Scott on this one, fried shrimp for sure, because that was a good little choice for my second round. But definitely that, and the just the bread will get you too. But yeah, also friendly staff, great environment overall, just really cool little spot they got there.
Yeah, we've been going there for a while, Scott and I, on Fridays. And I mean, $15, including your drink.
Right. You can't top that.
No, you cannot. And they're actually talking about becoming our first sponsors.
I was about to think. Yeah, I thought about it just now too. That'd be a good little.
Yeah. Speaking of sponsorship,
Oh yeah, that part.
you gave me a really cool little coaster.
Yep.
Which says free ride on it.
It does. People don't ever realize that part. So a fun trick was my friend gave me an idea for that one. The first batch didn't have that. So what's funny is you're giving away a trade secret now, but the other side shows the coupon part, right? Turn around real quick. So that shows the coupon, but everyone's always like with their drink in hand, never realizing on the bottom is the either or. You get the free ride or the $2 off. So it's kind of funny with like people don't realize when they're half flits needing a ride, they don't ever think to look on the bottom for that part. So.
And you do advertising on the bikes too, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. So my dad started a company in 2012. I took over in 2018, and so I've kind of evolved it into more of a marketing centric type of company. And kudos again for Tom with Balster, because they're a great company in town as well for that kind of stuff. But we're become a mobile marketing, I guess, network of things over the years. So the bikes themselves are only out certain times of the day or the week. So we get the banners and the bikes monthly. The back of my shirt has spots on there as well. And then we do like sponsored ride shout outs on our socials. So there's 3 tiers, but we definitely get the word out different ways and different times of year. So we promote, again, this time of year. I'm not indifferent to politicians. We take money, green, or blue and green equals purple and green somehow. Or sorry, blue and red, purple, royal. We get green color for the money. So essentially,
I tell you how I like to say that, and I agree with what you said.
You take over. I think I can.
I'm a greenist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a true greenist. I do not love money, but I will take money. Look, somebody asked me the other day if there's anybody I would not write a life insurance policy on, and I said if it's legal,
yeah,
I'll take their money. So I agree.
Yeah. So every cycle for election time, as a business, we're open to everyone because we got to be fair, right? That's what this country's supposed to be founded on.
Mm-hmm.
So again, every time I'll get heat from people too. It's like I have people hitting me up, why'd you take their money? I'm like, because it's business. I need to sustain during the slow time of year. So summer is right before the main election. So again, I'll get looks on who I'm taking money from candidate wise, but they're showing their support for small business by doing what they can in ways of, even Tom did a little something for us, so we're helping out with him as well for his campaign in that regard. But again, like you said, I don't endorse publicly on the business side of it, but we'll still take their money for that. But then we do like small business shout outs throughout the year, work with a lot of festivals, some nonprofits, things of that nature. So at lunch, Scott asked about the football season, which is coming up as well. Yeah, that's our busier time of year, one of them, but we do year round and a lot of cool stuff with that as well.
Now, if somebody wanted to advertise with you, because I think that's so cool, because I mean, honestly, anybody that is in Tallahassee has seen you on a bicycle, well, on the pedal court.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one that hasn't. Am I right, Scott?
Yeah. He's shaking his head, yes.
Yeah, he's shaking his head, yes.
He's trying Norris right now, too, isn't he?
So, okay, let's go bottom tier, middle tier, top tier.
Sure.
What does it cost to do the bottom, and what do you get?
So, yeah, as far as the different tiers, we do nonprofit rates as well, because nonprofits are still important, but they also have different budgeting aspects as well. So it's half rate for nonprofits, and then twice that for the business side of it and personal and all that. So, like $10 is for a sponsored ride shout out, and so it may not seem like a lot, but that basically helps people with not having to deal with DUI and hospital costs, because we do help get people home safe in that. But we give either one of your spots like a shout out on our socials, for example, and that $10 goes a long way, because even though it's like increments of 10, that saves lives at night and gets people around when they don't realize they need rides. So that's one aspect of the lower tier. and that gets on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll say Twitter because I'm not gonna call it X at this point. But basically we do multiple.
You don't call it the Gulf of America either, do you?
We'll get to that in the second hour. But that part. So anyway,
sorry,
yeah, you're fine. We're just rambling here, ranting and raving, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so the sponsored rides are honestly, in my opinion, even though it's less bang for your buck, it's more human return because you're helping people get around safely. But then those shout outs, you never know. If someone sees a shout, they might not know about you before that. But then that's a more consistent kind of route. Our shirts are kind of punny because it is kind of in that weird, like, kind of, we're not saying what it is, but it's so funny because, like, I got the idea from a South Park episode when Butters had that bike. So it says, "Are you bike curious?" Everyone takes off the KE part and makes the little punny, but it's an icebreaker.
Yeah.
But then we also on the back have sponsored monthly logo spots that get out there. You know those senior bar crawls that the girls do for the college kids? Some sorority hit me up this last year about it. They bought my shirts. I threw in koozies. They bought their own bucket hats and shorts and socks. I was a theme for the first time since this thing started. So they paid to dress as me for a theme for bar crawl. Now think about that. Those shirt spots for 3 months worth of shirts for them. Traveled with them for that bar crawl for 6 hours. That's crazy ROI, isn't it?
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, so I was a theme for the first time ever. Some other chick hit me up about it, but they were all gone by then, so she missed out. The other group got it first, and that's $100 for a shirt spot a month, and we get FAMU, FSU, and TSC colors as well. Or I'm sorry, I will say TCC because that's where I graduated from. But
yeah, I get it.
That's kind of crazy too with the whole name changing things.
Yeah,
it's still Dallas Museum. I don't call it Junior Museum. Anyway, that's a whole.
I'm with
discussion.
you on that one too. I'm with you.
Yeah. And then the banners themselves, we do front and back. So the front is as they get up on the bike, they see that front part. So that's $200 for that a month, and then the back banner is what everyone clings to first. That sells out the fastest. So it's $300 for that back part. We use local. We use Gandy printers for the banners, so we don't charge extra for the actual banner itself. But then we can reuse them for different campaigns throughout the year as well. So we do the rides, the shirts, and the banners, and you can pick and choose. We'll do discounts along the way, but people cling to the banner first. And I'm like, if you want just a banner, I'll send you to Lamar because that's going to be the same kind of mentality with the eye in the sky. But then you're going to get in an accident looking at that thing from the car versus, and we can do sidewalks and streets, so we're safer with that regard too. But if you're focused on just one aspect of it, then you're missing out on the two opportunities as well. So that's part of it.
No, I love it, man. I really do. So you got $10. We'll get you. So look, if you're watching this, I want everyone who's watching this to just go. Where would they go to do that at?
So on our social media, it has a link to our website, and then the website links to our payments. We can do Venmo and Cash App on the spot, or we can email for a credit card. We also do cash is king regardless. I can meet up for that, or mail old school. We still take checks, which is unheard of these days, but also we do like PayPal, again, the apps, even have Zelle, and then I can invoice for credit cards. So
okay, now where do they find you on social media?
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter is Capital C Pedicabs LLC or CC Pedicabs LLC for the Twitter and Instagram ones. So yeah.
So it's Capital Pedal Cars?
Capital City Pedicabs is the Facebook.
Okay.
CC Pedicabs LLC is the Twitter and Instagram. So.
Okay, awesome. And I tell you what I'm going to do. When I get off the air today, I'm going to buy for Dirt Floor Talk. I'm going to buy a ride for that, and I'll buy a ride for 10 Insurance Group, my insurance company.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
And if you're watching this, I think you should go do that. I mean, whether you ever, want to advertise at a higher tier or not, just getting people home safe.
Yeah.
Especially college kids. College kids will walk.
But they shouldn't have to at that point.
When they shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
I'm with you. And you do a major service, especially at night.
Appreciate that.
Because we've seen it. Scott and I have both done Uber in Tallahassee as we were building our company. And we would see you out there. I mean, it'd be 12 o'clock at night, and you'd be taking people home.
Yep.
He called me up one day, and he's like, dude, when does that pedal guy ever sleep?
Yes, I do on occasion. But yeah, it's fun to manage business and pleasure, and then also in your head, you get it, 10 things at once. You got to figure out, even this morning, you got a phone call you got to take care of and all that. So
yeah, it's always 10 things at once when you own a business.
Yeah.
Or even trying to start one.
Yeah.
And it's But it's exciting to see things grow.
It is, and I mean, what you're rocking 3 things over the course of X amount of time. We're still here almost 14 years later, so we're doing something right, I guess, right?
Yeah, no, Scott and I get this cigar going again.
Right.
Scott and I were looking about when we started our company and the fact that we're still standing and growing.
I mean, and a great testament to the fried out laptop. It's a good little story now.
Yes, yes. We are waiting on a banner that should be here in the next month
Oh, cool.
that we're going to put back there.
Oh, perfect.
And we're going to let businesses actually advertise. We're going to do something similar to yours,
Cool.
getting a banner that you can stick little
Okay.
banners on.
Nice.
And we're going to let businesses advertise on that. But when the banner gets here, we're actually going to hang the laptop on the wall.
Nice.
And say that he gave his server so the show could go on.
That's perfect. Cheers to that. Yeah, good marketing. That's why you're gonna water, Jeff.
It's a part of the show. It's I have never moved so fast in my life as when my son is with a laptop that's caught on fire.
Yeah.
Of course, the funny thing about it is Ronnie picks the laptop up
Sure.
on fire.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's happened. And then
Yeah.
a spider lands on him
Of course.
when we finally get the show back up and running.
Yeah.
And he falls out of the chair and runs out of the man cave like, oh my God, what happened?
The spider gun, not the fired laptop, right? Like, but now he's dealing horses all the time, so he's good.
There you go. So the pedal cap thing
Yeah.
is really cool. And for those that don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure.
I've never ridden in it. I've always said I wanted to, but just honestly haven't had a reason to yet.
That's fair.
It's basically a cart.
Yep.
That you on a bicycle move people around on, right?
So yeah, there's that rickshaw crazy guy in Canada with his own channel with the running around with the carrying the people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like us with that, but with the bicycle. So it's a trike frame, one wheel up front, two in the back. Go area for passengers to sit down, enjoy themselves in the back part. Not like that, but you know what I'm saying. Like basically, they enjoy the ride. We're unscripted. Don't even bother editing at this point.
We don't edit, so that's funny.
Yeah, but
I got your point though. I got the joke. I mean, it's college kids, so you got to say it.
oh yeah, but there's again. I'm looking up front. What goes on the back is up to them at that point. But
So what happens in the pedal car stays in the pedal car
until we get the confession show going. That's the idea. But, yeah. Remember the old HBO show?
I do.
Yeah, there's talks of that at some point, but we haven't figured it out. We'll just yet.
Okay, so now I gotta ask. You brought it up. Have you ever had anything happen in the back of the pedal car?
They've made out and hit bumps as far as I've seen, so that's the best I can describe at the moment. So yeah.
Hit bumps.
So yeah. Hey, what happens at night happens at night at this point. So.
What do you do though if you're riding a bicycle?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you start hearing, "Oh, baby."
Make sure it's okay first before I do anything at that point. Just make sure nothing else is going on. But hypothetically, G-Von ride and get that tip going, right? Like
at this point, you take off the head and you're like, "Hey, that's gonna be extra."
we'll cross those when we get there. But yeah, that's kind of the idea at this point. Earn that tip however you can, right?
Oh, I'm gonna have to ask for forgiveness after this show, but that's hilarious, man. But I get it though. I mean, driving Uber, I have had. Yeah, I tell you a story. One time when I was driving Uber,
Sure.
I had a hooker
Oh, all right.
that I kept picking up throughout the night.
Okay. Recurrent clientele, at least, right?
Yeah, well, and don't get me wrong. I mean, it was legal Uber rides.
Yeah.
And then the next night, I picked her up a couple of times, and I knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
But none of my business.
Right.
I may disagree with what she's doing, but that's her business.
Of course.
And she's paying me for the rides. So
It's all legal tender at that point, right? I mean,
it's legal tender. What you're doing inside the house, I'm not waiting around for you to get done. If I catch the ride again, it is what it is.
right.
Well, she hits me up at the second night. I'm taking her home, right?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't hit me up for sexual things.
Sure.
But she looks at me and she says, "How would you like to make more money?"
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm a capitalist.
Yeah, you're going, but where's it going? Is what you're thinking in the back of your head, right?
Exactly. I had a feeling and I was scared. And she's like, "I really need a safe driver."
Okay, so she's trying to have you be her personal driver.
Yeah, that's what she was wanting. And
Okay.
she was offering me pretty good money for it.
Okay.
But, my religious views.
Sure.
I had to turn her down. But I got to be honest, though. She was offering me $50 a stop.
So the thought was there. It's not like
I gotta be honest. I had to say, it was one of those things where you're saying no and like,
you're thinking maybe yeah.
Man, but I couldn't because I can't support that lifestyle.
Right, I gotcha.
But it's funny what you see in those type of things.
Oh yes, it was cool she thought of you for that, but at the end of the day, it was your personal choice at that point. Which I respect that. Yeah.
I could just see it,
Yeah.
All the news report: ex-pastor, local businessman gets caught being a pimp.
Yeah, that would be. That's what I'm saying. There's all press, good press until it's not, right?
Exactly. And then my happy butt is going to the jailhouse. But officer, I was just the driver.
Yeah, that won't hold up in court with us.
No. It will not hold up in court. I would definitely be in trouble there. So you do pretty good, though, with advertising, right?
Yeah, that's actually, I was telling Scott already, that's kind of the bread and butter when we're not getting the rides, because the rides are sponsored weekly, the shirts and banners monthly, but like I said, it's slower in the summer, so it's like the kids are out between breaks and all that helps us keep you going year round, so that's the cool part. It's like, most people would think, oh, it's just a bike ride, but then also on those bike rides, you get recurring clientele conversations, their friends. Even when I'm out and about, before I get busy, I just put the bike out and just walk around, kill time. I'll connect with people and just start talking, and it leads to future ads. So you never know.
No, and I got to tell you, man, I am impressed. That is that's genius.
Yeah.
And it's something that a lot of business guys like yourself that do that don't ever do.
Well, like I can even at the point of some of the club spots you go to, we're older, so we're not supposed to go out and fraternize with our clients like that. But there's a good shots of doke at night and stuff like that. I'll just go out there and hang out before it gets busy and get good shots for marketing, and the school just have that aspect too, because some of those pictures I get when I'm out and about just really seem to capture the essence of the community too.
No, and you are in one of those rare situations.
Yeah.
To where I'll say Madison Social.
Sure.
It is because when I would do Uber, I would always be like. When I would pick a older guy like myself, you drunk at Madison Social,
right.
I'd always be like, dude, what are you doing drinking at Madison Social?
Right.
But you're in a unique situation in the fact that is your community.
Well, it's funny about Madison Social because that's actually a bigger picture too. Shout out Matt Thompson if you ever watches this stuff too, because he's one of the partners for there. But they also have Madison Social, Township across the street, Social Kitchen on the north side, which does basically does meal preps. Mm-hmm. They, I think at one point, might still have the contract with Capital City Country Club for the events with the food there, and they also have Troy Park. So even though Madison Social will look down as a college part, they own a good conglomerate of the areas just to help enlighten that kind of picture too. Because most of these folks around town don't realize have 4 or 5 different spots under their name, which is cool because they have different parts of town to cover.
I did not know that.
Yeah, small world, right?
It is. What's that old Disney song? Is
small world after all. That's
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool, man. And I didn't know that. Shout out to Matt.
Yeah.
I knew that he was part of Social Kitchen.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was part of Madison Social.
And they had the old Centrale was one of theirs, and then now it's called Vice Society. So these spots come and go. But yeah, he's been the OG on Madison Street since it first started. So that's kind of cool. They're still keeping that stuff going.
Now, we talk about Madison Social, but if you haven't been to Tallahassee to see a Florida State football game in 10 years,
right,
maybe 15 years now, you have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, the whole area's kind of grown up from the warehouses that were there. I grew up in the town, so I didn't really get more involved in that area until I was more involved in the business, but area has changed in the last, let's say, 20 years too by now. But again, the whole area is kind of like evolving and becoming more than it was. So it's kudos to everyone out there for that.
No, absolutely. Like I said, I grew up.
Cold Springs basically is where your area was? Or?
Well, no, I was actually out closer to Meadow.
Okay, gotcha.
But everybody went to Tallahassee to do anything.
Sure.
You know that.
It's funny you say that because most people think Tallahassee has nothing going on except when it does, and no one really understands that there is stuff year round.
There is, and there are. I will say Tallahassee does not do a good job. Now, shout out to Patty Wilson.
Sure, yeah.
Patty
living Tallahassee and her real estate and all that, right?
Living Tallahassee, yeah. Patty's Playhouse. In fact, she's on the air right now with Patty's Playhouse. Right. Shout out to my girl who's never gonna watch this, but love her to death.
She'll watch it later, maybe. She might catch a replay.
We smoke cigars together sometimes.
Cool. Yeah.
But she's done a better job of putting people out there in touch with things that are actually going on in the community.
Yep.
But I've always said that the problem with Tallahassee is not that there's not things happening in Tallahassee.
People don't know about it till it happens, right?
No, yeah. Tallahassee does the absolute. There's two things Tallahassee does worse than any city I've ever gone to.
Right.
They do a horrible job of, and I don't care what's going on.
Sure.
Outside of a football game.
Right.
They do a horrible job of getting the word out that stuff's happening. Well, outside of springtime, Tallahassee.
Okay. I gotcha.
So you never really know what's truly going on in Tallahassee. And then TPD, shout out to them. They cannot direct traffic to save their life.
I can see both sides of that. But the other side is like people don't know how to look for things unless they know where to find the information too. That's part of the other side of the coin, right? I mean,
that's true. But when you go to Jacksonville, like I go to Jacksonville or Clearwater for business.
Sure.
As soon as I hit Jacksonville,
yep,
or Clearwater, when I open up my Facebook,
mm-hmm.
I have ad after ad after ad of things going on in the city.
Right.
I pull up my Facebook in Tallahassee,
mm-hmm.
and I don't have anything going. Like,
yeah, the stupid reels you see, that's like brain rot. That's what you get now, right? Basically.
Brain rot. Hey, we post reels.
Not you guys. I'm saying the other, like just
everybody else, right?
That new fruit animation bullshit. That's
man,
I got hooked on those. I can't get out of that now. It's like they see one time, you're stuck on that.
No. There is a way to get out of it.
Yeah.
There is a.
Well, but I don't want to now. I'm stuck in them.
You're stuck on it.
My bad. I hear you, but it's like once you're locked in, it's like Matrix now, right?
It is. You know what I don't like about the AI stuff
What's
that you get 24/7?
What's that?
Is I don't like that just about every AI video is somebody cheating on somebody.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, I don't know why that's a thing now.
And
actually, no, it's because cheaters back in the 90s. They bring it back in AI form now. Remember that show?
Oh, my goodness.
We're aging ourselves now, but yeah, that's kind of
was that show not funny, though?
Yeah, it's too real. It's too real, right?
We had the worst shows known to man.
Oh, and speaking of TPD, back in when they had Most Wanted, that was the one everyone loved to watch. And
yes.
Not admit they liked it, but yeah. It's like
we had Most Wanted.
Cheaters.
We had Cheaters.
Jerry Springer, right?
Jerry.
Yep.
God help me. Christique's husband's going to be mad at me.
Forgive us, Carlos. Pray for us.
Definitely pray for us. Unsolved Mysteries.
Yep.
And my all-time favorite was Murray Povich, and he's not the father.
Oh, yep, there we are. That's the trifecta of all the shows we shouldn't be watching now, right? But then the other side, I remember 90s animation had that stuff too, with the Animaniacs and all that fun stuff that the kids today don't even know like how good they didn't have it because like.
But our cartoons.
Yeah. Well, different. We're like a few years apart, but yeah, same kind of.
We are. I will say this. Cartoons from the 40s,
right,
to about 95.
We're peak, right? Those are the prime ones.
Great.
Yeah.
And you watch Looney Tunes as a kid.
Sure.
And it's funny because you've got Bugs Bunny doing stupid things.
And Pepe Le Pew and all those, yeah, those are classics.
Man, Pepe Le Pew was a pedophile.
Well, yeah, but back then we didn't realize that, right? Like.
but he got away with it because he was French.
There you go. Yeah.
And
And
every time,
we right.
yeah, you say what's the old saying? 50 Shades of Grey. Women only liked it because he was a millionaire. If it was a trailer park, he'd be in jail.
That checks out. Yeah.
But no, and then you watch it as an adult.
And you're like, holy crap! Like, what just happened? Right? Like,
It's hilarious.
yeah, it's funny. Like then and now, like look at SpongeBob. Like my generation, like the whole SpongeBob stuff's kind of crazy too.
Yeah, SpongeBob was after me.
Yeah, but still same kind of vibes.
Now, do you still watch SpongeBob?
When I can, if I'm like flipping through the TV, but yeah, no. It's just again looking at it now, it's like you see more of the adult themes like that you didn't notice before. So it's just kind of funny with that stuff.
I got a buddy of mine, 40 years old.
Yeah.
If he is sitting in front of a TV at night, he's watching SpongeBob. And I'm just like, dude.
Well, okay, step further. Remember the original Adult Swim cartoons when they first came out?
The which one?
Adult Swim ones. Remember those or not really?
Adult Swim, yes.
Yeah, Alcatine Hunger Force, Squidbillies, all those. Yeah.
Yep.
Those were kind of like holy crap. Like those are mind fucks right there, weren't they? Like as far as that goes.
They really were. They really were. I am with you on that. It's yeah, no.
So we're kind of going over the chase on a tangent already because we're back to the cartoons versus what we didn't even know we were going to start talking about today.
Well, that's the great thing about a non-scripted show.
Yeah.
And this is what I tell everybody is when I was thinking about doing the show,
yeah,
I wanted to sit down with questions and stuff like that.
Sure.
And
but then they know they're planning, they know how it's going to go, and that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, my son hit me up when I was talking about it. He's like, Dad, you spend your entire life unscripted talking to people every day.
So just do it that way, and it's worked out good so far, right? Yeah.
It has, and you get to cover a lot more wide area.
Yeah, oh, there you go. It works.
Sorry.
No, I'm warning.
You are. You are.
Yeah.
So it's been good. We've actually get to dig into who somebody actually is.
Yeah, we're not even on hour one yet. We're still here, right?
We are. So what's your okay? Now we've gone down the rabbit hole. What is your top 5 cartoons of all times?
All right, let's see. Gotta go Freakazoid first off, from the Animaniacs area. Freakazoid, Animaniacs, SpongeBob, just for shits and grins. Let's go with Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. So basically the Looney Tunes, but for adults with the lawyer thing. And let's go Jetsons.
Okay.
Yeah, a little spectrum there, but yeah, so we cover all the angles.
I'm gonna have to go Looney Tunes.
Okay.
Popeye for some reason.
Right, the spinach, right?
I always have that love for Popeye and the spinach. I never understood why they fought over a girl with no curves, but it's what they did.
I wanted a burger thing every time. I'll pay you later for a hamburger today.
Yes,
funny.
yeah.
Wimpy. Yeah.
I'll pay you next Tuesday for a hamburger today. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The original, not the bullshit ones.
Yes,
OG, right?
yes,
80s,
the originals.
Or late 80s, yeah, that's the one.
I will always have a soft spot in my heart for that one.
Yeah.
Gargoyles.
Ooh, I forgot about that one, yeah. There's so much subtle Shakespeare in that one, too.
Yes.
It's kind of wild, like, people don't realize.
Yeah, Gargoyles is one of those shows that is definitely an adult-themed cartoon.
Oh, and they put all those Shakespeare actors in, like Patrick Stewart and like Keith David and all them right in the middle of those voice acting, and you don't realize that.
Yeah, it is just a phenomenal.
All right, keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Cut off.
Yeah.
It's. I talk about Gargoyles for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, my last one before we go on a short break.
Yeah.
Is I probably have to go with a tie.
Okay.
Between either Tom and Jerry.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Or the 90s. No. I'm sorry. It's not a tie for anything. I gotta go with my favorite superhero of all time. The Tick.
Oh,
Yes. Remember the old Fox?
Yep.
cartoon of the ticks.
Yeah,
Ran
then
for like
live
10
action was
seasons.
even funnier. But yeah, I got you.
Oh, dude, live action with Patrick Wahlberg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Is that not great?
that's classic. Like, yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, so we're gonna take a short break.
All right.
If you have not hit like, subscribe, follow, hit it. It definitely helps our show out.
Yep.
Check out. Tell us how to find you again.
Facebook, obviously, Petty Gabs LLC. Instagram and Twitter, CC Petty Gabs LLC.
All right. If you haven't checked out the book Father to Father, Brother to Brother by Greg Robinson, check it out on Amazon. Pick it up. It's not expensive. If you want a signed copy, all you got to do is hit me up and we will figure out how to get there. But I do appreciate y'all, and we will be back quite very shortly.
Cool.
All right, we are back at the dirt with the pedal car man himself, Mike Goldstein.
Halfway through my cigars. That means we're halfway through the show, right?
Hey, there you go. There you go. Halfway through. Um, we were talking about cartoons when we left.
Yep.
If you haven't hit the like, subscribe, follow button, make sure you do. No, cartoons will always have a soft spot in my heart. I have always enjoyed it.
And they make you think sometimes more than you should, because like you're seeing animation on TV, but then it's also real life stories behind the scenes too. That's the crazy part about it.
No, I agree. I agree with you. And we were talking about the live action of
The Tick.
The Tick,
Yeah.
and the original live action one with what was it, Patrick Wahlberg?
Yeah.
I think his name.
Yeah.
Dude, that is my show in a heartbeat.
Well, we left off Bobby's World with Howie Mandel. That's the one I forgot about, right?
Bobby's World.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, small world with that one. Well, yeah, thanks again for having me out today. It's really cool just to cut back for a few hours and just like off the cuff ramble and rant about folks and things, and it's really cool to talk about stuff for 2 hours and not realize what we're gonna say, which is fun today.
You are. Better. I'm trying to get a cigar.
So, yeah, my bad. I caught you mid smoke there.
You are really big into a lot of Tallahassee politics.
It didn't happen overnight. That's what people won't realize. Like, I wasn't always that I guess the more I got more involved in business, the more I just stopped being quiet about things as I see them. So it's kind of become more of a part of the niche of who I am now too. It's kind of crazy, right?
And so, how does that work? Because
I'm kind of everywhere, aren't I?
you really are. Because you have friends who you, and we're not getting into who you support
Oh, yeah.
unless you want to. You're more than welcome to say that.
Yeah.
But you do seem to support people who would consider themselves conservative. People who,
I'm in that weird mix where I can tiptoe the line and still cross and come back. Is that what we're trying to get at? Because like I've gotten to the point where I can be neutral, but I see both sides of the equation, and that bridge I broke to that burned bridge can come from the ashes and be a phoenix again. So it's kind of crazy because like over the years, yeah, politics and business shouldn't overlap, but they do more than they are supposed to. But we seem to just kind of realize that we're all in this together at the end of the day.
we are definitely all in this little red wagon today. Now, is there a specific thing that's happening in Tallahassee?
That's
that,
good development. It's good development.
So you're definitely for development.
I'm for the idea of it, but not when it's done in a way that doesn't help the economy year round. So, like student housing, for example, right? Let's go that route.
Okay.
It's cool when they're here because for 9 months of the year they're occupied, they take up the space, they help the economy, but then when they're gone, they're still paying rent, and yet they're not there to physically support the folks like Mass Social, Gain Street spots, or wherever nearby. So that's where I kind of get a little conflicted about it because purposeful and development done properly and progressively is good, but then when the ones that they're supposed to be for are not actually in the town that they're supporting, that's where I get a little confused about the idea of it.
Okay, and I can follow that logic. And I think the problem is when you're dealing with a university town.
Right.
And like it or not, Florida State, Tallahassee through FAMU,
TSC now being a state college. We'll go with that,
TSC,
yeah.
thank you for that, because I was going to call it TCC again.
I still need to remember our roots, but for whatever they are, that's what they are now. So yeah.
You know, Florida State.
Yep.
Then we have Kaiser.
Yep. Even the offset ones that aren't really there anymore, but like the Flagler that was there at one point, so those little offsets were still part of it too, and yeah.
So I mean, we are very much a college and state working town.
Right. It's either going to be the session folks that are there, or the university students and their area folks. So it's 6 months a year. It's either session or football, right? That's kind of the trade-off for those kind of things. So it kind of runs it down at that point.
No, it really is. And now I will say this. I understand both sides of that argument.
Right.
Completely. Because you got to house the students.
Right.
But you're right. I mean, I try not to drive down Tennessee Street.
If you can help it, right? At that
if
point,
I can help it when college is in town.
Sure.
But when they're not in town, Gain Street is one of the fastest roads in Tallahassee.
And my other plea is when the kids are gone, locals, it's their time to shine, because in theory, the small businesses are still there, but then when they're not as heavy trafficked with folks that are usually their clients, I encourage the folks that are on north side to go visit south side, vice versa, because most of the time they don't want to get out of their shell and leave their area unless they find a reason to go to that other side of town. But there might be business that they never even heard of on a side of town they don't ever tend to explore.
No, that's a good point. It's a really good point. And even in people don't realize this, but even in rush hour traffic in Tallahassee,
right,
you can get from the far side of Tallahassee to the other side.
Like 20 minutes tops, right?
Maybe an hour if you hit it. If you're going from Cologne to
south side, let's say. Yeah.
Let's say Madison Social.
Yeah, there you go. Like halfway.
If you're going from Cary Forest to Madison Social, it might take you 45 minutes in the middle of that 4:30 to that 6:30 traffic,
right,
which still isn't bad. Tallahassee doesn't really have the Atlanta.
Well, and shout out Christy Henry for real estate because she's been kicking butt with all she does out there. I mean, Carl's wife is a big part of that development discussion, so just a little plug for her too.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. She does a great job out there.
Yep.
But you make a good point about going out and trying that. But people
Are creatures of habit, basically, or
they are, and it's hard to get people to get out of where they are. Because I mean, if you work, like I got friends that work at that building on Mahan close to Geo's.
sure, yeah, one of like state buildings, right?
Yeah, well, shout out to Geo's.
Hidden gem, it really is.
If you ever need a cheap lunch, them in Corner Pocket
Yeah.
are about the cheapest lunches
yeah.
in Tallahassee.
And most people just assume you're just a bar hop place, but they're really just hidden gems that need to be explored more too.
Yeah, I think Geo's, you go get a lunch
Mhm.
with a tip for $10.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
No, I'd take the label off of it if I was you.
Which one? Or
Before you start smoking the label.
True, yeah, good point.
So yeah, no, and Corner Pocket is to me
The most,
most underrated place in Tallahassee.
really is. Yeah, I've been to a few watch parties for games there on occasion. They do a good job with the staff and food, and the drinks are definitely top notch at Corner Pocket. So shout out to them as well.
Yeah, no, and their lunch specials. What is it? I mean, I'm about to tell on myself for eating that too much. But what is it? Monday, you get a hamburger and a side,
Mhm.
half-pound hamburger, anything you want on it.
Yeah.
It's like $8.99.
Right.
Tuesdays are $2.50 tacos.
Well, they should be paying you for this now, right? At
They
this point.
should. They should.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know me, Corner Pocket. The owners know me because I sell cigars up there every now and then.
All right.
In fourth quarter.
Again, same, almost like opposite side, but same kind of vibe, right?
Those are my two. Those are my three, like truly hidden gems in Tallahassee.
All right, so I'll go Palace Saloon because they're still around. And
Okay.
I'm protect with the owners there too. Munchie's Pizza. Basically, they got a cool lunch special every day for their slices. And let's go with number 3. Let's say, I'm gonna date myself a little bit. AJ Sports Bar back when I was around. Let's go with that one.
Can't go AJ anymore. It's closed down.
I know if I could, I'd come back. I'd
If
bring
you
it back in a
could.
heartbeat. All right, fine. Well,
Yeah, okay, but hold on though. You mentioned AJ's. Do you remember?
that Ford that shook too much.
Yes. Yes.
We all remember. That's why we're somehow still here because we didn't broke on us.
Yeah. You're like, man, this floor, are we safe? And then all of a sudden, a pretty girl walks by, and you're like, hey, forget about the floor. But it was such bad parking. Did you ever get your car towed when you were over there?
No, but those old strip club joints used to put their flyers on. Remember Sugar and Spice?
Yes.
That's so nice you find those. So yeah, those were dial strippers, weren't they? Basically.
You know what? I never went there, so
No, I'm saying, but you always find the flyers in the car after you left. Like
Yes.
So they were. I think they closed down, but that was the one thing I remember from that one. They back when people print out little paper, put them on their cars.
Yes,
So,
so put them on all the cars.
Yep. That was marketing before marketing was the thing, right?
It was
Yeah,
before social media got where you could reach more people.
Yeah.
Oh
All
man.
right, so not AJ's. Let's say Pockets Pool Hall. That's still around. Let's go with that one.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful.
Well,
about
now I'm saying pre-shooting days. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Pocket back in the day was great. Their food's not half bad either.
Yeah.
But man, nowadays it's like every time you turn around, somebody getting shot
All right,
at.
fine. Redo the Moon. Let's go with the Moon. Scott Carswell. He's still doing his thing. Let's go with that one.
He is, dude.
Somehow, yeah. He doesn't age, does he?
No, he was old the first time I met him, and he's still old.
But he won't act it.
No, and I don't mean that as a disrespect.
No, he's.
I mean, it's like the man's
Well,
fountain,
I
fountain of
mean,
youth.
We started off with do what you love. He loves what he's doing, and he's still doing it. So kudos to Scott and the Moon for keeping it going.
Yeah, you are probably better connected in Tallahassee than I am. And you are definitely, like me, just a massive Florida State fan.
Sure.
And Tell everybody what you're known for as a Florida State fan.
Dancing too much, making TV for it, or the other thing?
Yeah, go baseball games to start with.
Oh, the hat I'm wearing, maybe start with that. The animal section B, or
Yeah, okay. Tell everybody who the animals are that don't understand that.
Okay,
Animals are a cool story.
I'm probably gonna butcher this at some point. Get yelled at, but basically we're a almost 50-year fan group that started with some guy getting thrown a bagel at, saying, "Here, animal, take this bagel and eat it in the stands," and from there it evolved into a group of eclectic people that just pay their dues as season ticket holders. They sit in section B, which is top of home plate.
Yeah.
We yell these chants and cheers, and keep morale up in the stadium, regardless of win or lose.
And sing Old Canada, what, seventh
Fifth,
inning?
top of the fifth, because it
Fifth.
started with some hockey tradition that I'm gonna not try and butcher with that story, but basically there's been things that happen organically from the tailgate on, so there is liquid courage involved with these things that just happen in Hauser. We start at tailgate, we go into Hauser and back, and ideas and things just happen with that group. But I'll tell them a story I told you guys at lunch. But basically, I won't name names. But one of the animals' wives was had a little too much fun before the game. Brought him and her back to the car on the bike. He gave me $20. Brought him back, and that's how I first met the animals. So again, they're really cool, eclectic, all walks of life group of people that support Florida State baseball, and then they migrate to other sports and even travel for games and things of that nature. So this group that I somehow fell into, I'm still part of, and now we just keep rocking and
I
rolling.
didn't even know you were part of the animals. That's really cool. I saw the hat.
Yeah, so we started getting merch going for next year too now. But
I like it.
yeah, like again, it's a fan group, so we're not even like officially. I don't even know what we are. We're just a group of cool group of people that support the team and the environment for years, and we've gotten like national recognition in different news outlets over the years, and so it's just cool to be a part of this group now. But also, from that, we've gotten to the point of like meeting and getting to know the players and their families over the years too for baseball. So it's been kind of cool too.
Oh yeah, man! You can't turn on a FSU baseball game at home in Dick Hauser. They will always point out the animals.
Yeah. And like even former players, so Jordan Travis's brother Devin was a baseball player. Now he works as well as a ACC, ESPN on-air reporter. So he'll come back and cover games, and Jordan will tag on and be watching games there too. But yeah, even like Devin has to not be biased on TV, but of course he's gonna root for FSU at that point. But that's the thing, is like even former players and all them. We were at a game in Jacksonville for the Gator game they have at the Shrimp Stadium every year. They do a neutral ground Gator game at Jacksonville. Yeah. Me and Johnny Mack, Sunday Animals, travel for that one, and these former players came up to us in the stands saying, "Hey, thanks for what you guys do for us," because no other like college has that baseball fan group that is known for what they do, which is like keep morale up, cheering on the players and their families and staff throughout the whole. We were there for a. Sorry, I'm just on our excited rant now, but
no, talk all you want to.
But
man.
we were there for a little. I think it was a 17 inning game that Jaime Ferreira got a walk off, and that the few of us the ones that were there for the long haul. It was rain delay. It was like a whole thing with that. We stayed in the stands the whole time until we got that win.
Oh wow!
So we will stay until we don't need to stay anymore at that point.
Wow, that's awesome. I remember that game.
Yeah, it was a weekday game too.
Yeah, it was. It was Wednesday, right?
Tuesday or Wednesday, one of those like week games.
It was Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, so Jaime is now playing in the Twins organization. So good kudos to him for moving up with that. But
awesome.
Yeah, he got a walk off win for that one, and it was just like we waited 17 innings for that.
Now, what inning do you get up and walk the stadium?
I get bored, so it depends on when I'm like needing to get antsy. So I'll just at one point there's some logic to it, but by now I'm just like if I need, and even then I'll get texts from the folks in the section, hey, we need beer runs, so they'll give me a card and come back and forth for that too sometimes. So I'm having cardio in now the stadium for that, but I typically try and do a 7th-inning stretch and then start getting rowdy at that point.
I thought it was 7th inning.
Yeah, so that's when they do the whole BS with the football song with the eastbound down. That's discussion for a bigger day, but yeah, I'll start getting when they do stretch, I'll start doing that. But then at regionals, my friend who ran track here sent me $20 to get rowdy for all weekend. I'm like, his exact instructions were get rowdy as fuck in Hauser. Here's $20, make it happen, basically. So I took that to heart because if you just want me to get that going, I'm not gonna disappoint my friend like that. But literally from start to finish for regionals, I was out there the whole time, and even then we got like kids involved with nose cheers. Everything was like we lost that last game, but until then we're getting whole stadium fired up at Hauser, so it's kind of crazy.
And I don't think people realize this. You know, I grew up going to games.
Yeah.
And I'm to the age now where going to a football game is just not
Feasible.
It's too much work.
Sure. Baseball's a different beast, though.
But baseball's a different beast. Yeah. I thoroughly enjoy going to baseball games.
And some people say it's boring, but they don't know how to get involved. And that's the thing with that.
Yeah, well, and the crazy thing about a baseball game is, you know, football, people will fight you over saying the wrong thing in a football game.
Right.
At a baseball game,
they'll laugh it off and just join in the fun of that.
They really will. I mean, you've got every game I ever go, and when I was in college, you're like this. When I was in college, and people don't realize this, but every year, Florida State plays a home baseball game and a home basketball game on the same day.
Yeah, it gets insane. So there are people that literally do both on the same day.
Yeah, I used to do both when I was in college.
Oh, if it's Miami weekend, game over, right?
Yes, but it's normally not. It's normally some ACC rival in basketball.
Sure. Yeah.
And then baseball, it's normally a throwaway weekend.
Gotcha.
And, you know, fans know what I mean by throwaway. It's when they're playing a Bethune-Cookman or a school like that.
Right.
Shout out to Bethune, great school,
they really are.
You're not on the Florida State level in baseball. You know,
they come close sometimes.
They do. But you know, it's not one that matters as much. That you know you're gonna win. And so, what I would do in college is a couple of us.
Yeah.
We would leave Graceville. I went to Baptist College of Florida.
Okay.
We would leave Graceville. We would come for the baseball game.
Okay.
Normally, we would leave the baseball game about the 7th inning.
To get basketball, right?
And then we'd go to basketball.
Okay.
And it was always a fun weekend.
Yeah.
But if you have not watched a game in Dick Hauser, you definitely need to go watch one.
So kudos to David Black and the Chiefs. The last 2 seasons, maybe 3 now, they've come for a few games to get the crowd amped up, bringing the March Chiefs into Hauser. That's been electric. Like, that's kind of wild to see that firsthand.
Dude, the Marching Chiefs.
That's a whole nerd discussion right there, right?
Are a phenomenal marching band.
Yeah.
That does not get the credit it deserves.
No.
And I was so excited. You know, we can argue NIL messing up football. It's good for football, whatever.
Yeah. That's a whole nother hour we got to figure out.
Completely different animal. But when I heard that they got NIL money to bring the Marching Chiefs to away games in football.
Good, right?
I was just like, yes.
Yeah,
I'm there.
And the band is a sport in itself, and don't realize they got the same long days that the other ones have, and so it's good for them.
Yeah, and they do such a good job. I mean, when you start hearing that music play,
oh yeah, you already know what's coming.
Yeah, exactly. It is just a beautiful, beautiful experience.
So I got 2 stories Miami for you for baseball, real quick. So,
go ahead.
So this last season, there was some sophomore that last year played against us, Jake Ogden. They gave him a microphone pre-Miami weekend, and he was like, "Who's Wes Mendez?" Trying to get in the Friday starters' head. So we took that to heart, and we're like the whole weekend, "Who's Jake Ogden?" So we're yelling back at him, and now Wes got drafted, so it shows him at that point, right? But then before that, about 2 years ago, a former redshirt pitcher who didn't really play a lot but transferred out, he would be in the dugout, and some of these players have my number for rides and whatnot later, right? So he's texting me during the game, like he shouldn't, but he's telling me that the relief pitcher from Miami that's coming on the mound now, I think his name was Diaz or something, some name from Hispanic Miami name probably, but he's like, "Oh, by the way, he went to the pipe party last night." So this kid's freshly hungover from going to a frat party that a big one they have every year for that.
Yes.
So I'm like a moron running around early at the stadium telling the animals in the whole goddamn stadium at that point, "Hey guys, he went to the Pike party. We should probably know about this and get in his head." So we start chanting Pike party, and everyone's getting in on it. And then so he didn't last long on the mound at that point. 2 months later, some of the Pike fighters asked me what the fuck. I'm like, "We heard he went there, so we got in his head." And I don't think people realize, even not only at Hauser, but Hauser as an example, home field advantage matters.
It does.
For stuff like that too. But I'm saying in general, like when a full stadium is full for the right reason, that gets the team and everyone fired up. So that could be a win or lose at that point.
And speaking of full stadium, um, that's what kudos to Coach Locke on the basketball
Yeah.
team.
Oh, the beer thing, or were you doing something else?
What happened?
I don't know. We lost.
Yeah, that was something.
Are we still streaming?
I don't think so.
Why are we not streaming?
I don't know, Jay.
You gotta be kidding me. So I keep having these things. Hold on.
Okay,
Says we're streaming.
Button press, but it's not on any screen.
Because my phone's not. What happened to my phone? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Why did my phone stop the...
Back now, I guess.
Okay, we'll see if it's still recording on the TV. And all we did was hit a little...
Glitch.
Well,
Still says it's live, so I guess they could hear us this entire time.
Awesome. All right.
cool. Cool.
So not really sure what happened with the audio was still working the entire time. So
That's good at least.
um,
We're back, kind of.
we're back. Don't know what happened.
All right, Coach Wilkes, full stadium, right? Tough.
Yeah, he's trying his best to get more and more people to watch the basketball program.
Yep.
And they need to, because
I mean, good for him doing his time, but it's time for something different, right?
it's time for people to go watching.
Yeah.
Because that turnaround that he had midway through the season,
Mhm.
we were one of the best teams in basketball.
Yeah.
We just started our
Right.
ascend a little bit too late.
Yeah.
And were you there when he told, the first 500 students
Okay, yeah. So
that he would buy them a beer?
I forget what game it was, but yeah, that packed out the tuck because you give students incentive like that, they're gonna show up for the reasons, and free beer at that point, but it filled up for it. So yeah.
No, we've definitely got to look, whether you are a Florida State fan or you're a Georgia Bulldog fan
Right.
or, whatever. You have got to,
Get everyone involved and want to come out because
Yeah.
otherwise it's just empty corporate seats that aren't getting filled, right?
exactly. And if you look, I get it. If you don't live in a college town, it's hard to go.
Right.
But if you live in Tallahassee or one of the surrounding areas,
And you're not going, then right? I mean,
you should. I get not going to football games.
right? Because
I
that's
get it.
yeah, that's a discussion for another day. But yeah,
It and shout out to Mike Norvell, the football team. I hope they have a
they're doing their best. They're
great
going best they
season.
can, yeah. But look at women's soccer. That's been kick ass the last 5 years, right? Like,
Yes,
that's an
yes.
example, right? And even from Krikorian to new coach, I forget his name at the moment, but yeah, they
Mhm.
changed it for that. So
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand. I mean, they've won 4 national championships in
Yeah.
the last 6-7 years.
Yeah. that didn't happen overnight. That shows that there's a team worth supporting for that one too. And they just started charging tickets for their games, but as they should.
They should, absolutely. Ticket sales, forget all the NIL stuff out there.
Right.
Ticket sales are still the absolute most important thing.
That shows support for the teams and the staff and the programs.
Well, and it's still the best way for them to make money. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
If you take Florida State, take Ohio State football,
Sure.
they make more money off of ticket sales than they do TV revenue, and they have massive TV revenue,
Sure.
being in the Big Ten. Which,
Yeah.
speaking of that,
We're elephant in the room time.
what is your gut feeling on? Are we going to the SEC or the Big Ten? I have an opinion.
I'm saying Big Ten because we don't like SEC at this point, right? I mean,
I'm saying Big Ten. I'll tell you why I'm saying Big Ten.
Yeah.
Because Big Ten wants you to be an AAU school.
Okay.
They've only got one school that's not an AAU school, and that's Nebraska.
Okay.
So that's kind of their big, massive thing.
Right.
And taking over the hospital.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good idea.
Oh, the TMH thing that happened?
Yeah.
I liked it, but it was done behind the scenes, which kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But that's the part
Alright.
that's the only downside with that, right?
LJ said it best.
Mm.
It was a good move.
Right.
But the way they did it wasn't the best. And that's the way governments do a lot of times.
Right.
Is even when they do something right,
Sure.
they don't always word it, say it,
Well, look at Doak and film school, same kind of stuff, right? They just went about it the way they did, and that was the way it was done.
Yeah, and not that it's a bad move.
No.
It's been great. But sometimes you got to give transparency to everything
Right.
you're doing.
Yeah.
And outside of a few niche organizations,
Sure.
most people agree that Florida State taking over the hospital, TMH, is going to be a good move in the end.
Right.
I would have loved to have seen FAMU have a little bit bigger
Playing it.
seat at it.
Yeah.
And I hope over the years they do have I know they don't have a medical school.
Right.
But they have a great nursing school.
Sure.
And I would love for them to, have a say in the nursing and stuff like that.
Well, they got joint engineering schools or something too, but that's a different area. But
Yeah, they have the Joint Engineering School, which was originally FAMU's.
Right.
And I'm definitely pro FAMU and Florida State.
Yep.
In fact, I would love to see, and I know you have to get the governor to sign off on it.
Right.
But I'd love to see them start playing the football again. I'd love to see.
We just got basketball again. That took forever after that brawl, but good for Charlie and Luke for getting that to happen, right?
Yes.
And I guess baseball doesn't, but softball does play each other for that, so it's kind of cool. With that
Yeah,
one.
that's always a cool
weird
series.
Yeah, weird mix. It's like they do one-offs, but it's just cool to see stuff like that happen. I think volleyball does play each other as well. So
Yeah, I'll be honest. I always sat there during the FAMU Florida State softball game, and
Yeah.
I am a massive softball fan.
sure,
I can't watch women's basketball. I just can't.
Okay.
I try it,
right.
and to me, it is just a very boring game.
Now we got lacrosse now. You saw that women's lacrosse just started. So that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What are you doing? The internet's not working?
It's working.
Okay, because that's going to be slow.
It's not for you.
Say what? Oh, it's not for this?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Disregard that, guys. But
Yeah, Scott does a lot behind the scenes. He just had me
freaking out.
interested in
Yeah.
what was going on.
Yeah.
So
yeah, basketball.
not a big basketball fan. Now, lacrosse is awesome. Lacrosse is one of those sports.
Yeah.
That, I played a lot of sports in school.
Okay.
And lacrosse is one of those sports I wish I would have had an opportunity to play.
Sure.
Because it seems like just such a fun.
It gets intense. Like those sticks will hurt you for sure, right? I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, and you're actually hitting people. You're not tackling them,
yeah.
but you're hitting them.
Yep.
It just seems like a fun
Yeah.
game.
I've been to a few of the men's club ones and a few of the women's ones here, so it's very fun to watch too. So
When is rugby going to stop being a club sport and we actually pick it up?
I'm friends with some of them. That's a good question. I'm not sure, but that's good thought because like that's intense too, and that'd be something to get behind. But they got to find money for that too, I guess, right?
Yeah, but with the and I don't know what the league's called. Bocce, I know you watch these. Comment in the section underneath what it's actually called.
Well, it's funny you brought up rugby because they went to Ireland the same time that football did last time. That's kind of funny too with the timing, but yeah, just they were in the same.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I'll get to something about the Island game in
Yeah.
a second. But, you've got the National Rugby League now, Major
Sure.
League Rugby.
Okay.
That is viewership.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting very many people in the stands yet.
Okay.
But viewership on TV is actually going up and up.
Okay.
They had over 5 million people watch their
wow.
basically Super Bowl of their rugby this year.
Well, speaking of like TV and stuff like that, look at Banana Ball and how that kind of became a thing now, right? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, dude, that was an interesting story, um, but
Yeah.
they financed their house.
I think, and he married the chick that was a manager for him at one point. But yes, like the whole thing with that is like it made this 60 minutes for that one, but they opened up their season at Hauser and Doak this year, which is that's good for the economy here at least. But still
Oh
cool
yeah,
to,
no, then they followed it up after Banana Ball
with bull riding.
with bull riding.
So
I, you look, Florida State owes what, another $300 million on the Doak renovations. I don't personally understand why we are not doing more and more stuff at Doak every weekend.
you would think that, but then they're trying to find staffing every weekend with that. But then the news just broke about they're trying to sell some like College Town for assets, which is kind of crazy too.
They're trying to do what?
The boosters are trying to sell College Town, parts of College Town for some asset liquidation, so it's kind of crazy too. So that just broke in the news, but that's something else to think about.
Okay, explain that.
I don't know the whole story, but Demarin Waters just broke it after Ivor did from Warchant. Apparently, they're looking at selling off parcel of, I guess, the commercial part that's not already filled, possibly, as like liquid asset from College Town. So, because Andy Miller does his Swan Song for College Town where he left, but that whole Masson block is basically all boosters. So they're trying to make some of the money back from that. So it's interesting to ponder on that one. No pun intended. Or shout out Stephen Ponder, but yeah, it's kind of crazy.
No, that is pretty crazy. And before that happened, we were talking about whether we were going Big Ten or not.
Yeah.
And I think Big Ten just makes sense.
Right.
Clemson's not going to go with us to the Big Ten. The Big Ten has no desire to pick up Clemson.
Speaking of Clemson, you see the schedule for this year?
Go ahead. I have, but go ahead.
I'm not looking forward to that game because that's Halloween night with Clemson in town for daylight savings. So pray for me if you're going to pray that night, because send all the prayers for that one, because that's when you should to be working that one for sure.
How do you feel? Because in my business,
yeah,
I am excited about what Congress just passed.
Remind me again?
The daylight savings time year round. I am excited.
I think
that.
it means it's long overdue, but also like originally daylight savings for farm days, and that's been long gone, right? Like that's the whole purpose originally with that. So I feel like it's the right move, but it'll take time for people to adjust to it.
But for my business, and I think for yours too.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the back and forth every 6 months figuring out what time we're gonna.
No, and you need it. I mean, we are not, and I've said this many times. I think that schools in general, we still treat school like we are a big farming community.
Right.
And I don't understand why we do, because, I've got a son who is 17, senior in high school.
Sure.
Shout out to him taking college classes. Great kid.
Yeah. You did your job right on that one, right? Yeah. So.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But he is, I've always said that I don't understand why school doesn't run from March to the end of June.
Right.
Take July off.
Yeah.
And then run from August 1st to like right before Thanksgiving.
Makes too much sense, right? Makes too much sense.
It really does. I mean, you think about me, and I think I'm a lot of parents. If my work slows down in the month of December.
Sure.
It just does.
Yeah.
We do the least amount of business year round after like December 15th.
Gotcha.
That's when open enrollment ends.
Right.
And we are slow. In fact, a lot of times Scott and I will take off right before Christmas.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick back up.
Which is great because you get time to actually enjoy the end of the year too.
Yeah, absolutely. But think about it this way: if school went more around business, right? I could, or even more like college, I could say I don't. I live, my ex-wife's from Tallahassee.
Sure.
So, we're right in this area. But let's say I lived in Kansas,
Right.
whatever, right? And I wanted to come home for Thanksgiving.
Sure.
And school actually worked the way that I think it should.
Mm-hmm.
I could come home for Thanksgiving
Yep.
and just stay through Christmas.
Yeah. I don't see a problem there, but we're not out yet, right?
Yeah, you'd think it would cut down on disease and stuff.
Right.
Not diseases, but, colds and
Yep.
flus and stuff.
Yeah.
Because people don't catch colds as often in the summertime as they do in the
Right.
wintertime.
Yeah.
But I'm not an educator, so they don't listen to me.
Yeah. You smoke cigars and give people good insurance. That's what you do, right?
I smoke cigars and give people insurance. And do a podcast that people need to watch.
On a dirt floor of all things. It's just amazing, right?
I like the dirt floor.
Yeah, it's a good, cool concept.
It means I don't have to have a ashtray. I just hit it right on the floor.
There you go. Yeah, it works out.
So what's the next move for Mike?
No, not the bike, just Mike. Like, yeah.
Mike in general, what's your next move? Because you network better than most people I've ever
I
seen.
appreciate that. I don't know. I haven't thought that far out, but definitely getting through the rest of summer and trying to have more balance because work's work, but life's life. So it's got making both work the way it should. So just trying to. Actually, every year for the past 4 years now, I've taken my birthday completely off to have a party for people to come out for. But I strategically do it at my friends' businesses to help support them on slow nights. So it's been good too. Like this year, we did it at the arcade back at Road Square.
Yeah.
So we just and most people come out there first time, and they'll go back and re-support them. But that's my new way to give back is my birthday. I don't actually work, but I do get out for that kind of thing. So it's been nice.
You are phenomenal when it comes to local businesses, Mike. And I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Because I always say I will pay a little bit more to do business locally.
Yep.
Now, I won't pay 3 or 4 times the price.
Oh, yeah, of course not. But that's
But
not,
I'll pay more for local business than I will. I know that they're one of the most profitable companies in the world, but I hate going to Walmart.
hey, when things are things, yeah, I make that call sometimes. But now here it's just like if you're in a rut, but I try not to either. So
Yeah, Amazon has been the single guy's best friend. I love me some Amazon, man. I order most of my stuff off of Amazon.
Yep.
So, are you going? Because pedal cars are one of those things that's great, but it's got to be hard to think about doing it 20, 30 years from now.
I mean, I think I'm 38 years young, so I'm still in a good enough shape at the moment, and there's things we're working on. But yeah, I think long term, maybe another 10, 15 years, just keep doing, just because it's built up the thing it's gotten to, but just maybe succession plan after that, as far as that goes. But still building up relationships, getting things we still first time stuff with people. So I went to an AI summit for the first time this year, which was kind of cool. So that's
Went to what?
an AI summit at TSC. So
Okay.
I got invited to help be a guest with that. So just got to kind of be more eye opening to the world of AI with business now. But that's been kind of interesting with that. So,
AI is definitely interesting. I know for us on the show, we do a lot of things through AI.
Mhm.
Like our theme song opener
Okay.
was written by AI and performed by AI.
Again, I'm not against the concept. It's just when it goes south, that's when you got to remember those holes your dog dug. We should hide in those after the show. At that point, it gets to that level. So, yeah, that's the point. I mean, dogs are dogs, but those holes become handy at some point if we need to.
No, I'm with you on that, and we definitely have to. But it's with all new technology.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back, 120 years ago, every town had a blacksmith in it.
Yeah. But now back to your question about keeping this thing going, I've gotten told over years, like from at least 10, 15 years ago, that, or maybe not that long, but within the last 10 years, I gave someone a ride one time that maybe not quite saved their life, but it was memorable enough that they told me, hey, you got from point A to point B one time, and it came in really, I guess, clutch at that point. So those are the kind of things that keep me going personally, because I don't remember I see too many people sometimes, and
Oh, of course.
I just can't remember your face. But the fact that people remember those rides and experiences kind of is more motivating to keep it going as well. So that's been kind of a big aspect of it.
Well, I love it because, I see the Facebook post
Mhm.
and I see friends all the time that are, shouting you out, talking about they took a ride with you.
Yeah. I mean, LJ, he's been a prime example. I've known him for 2 years, and we've just become very close over that time. So it's been cool with that.
LJ it's hard not to get close to LJ.
Yeah.
And shout out to him on his new venture.
Yep. Well, like multiple ones now. It's kind of fun to keep up with him sometimes. Yeah.
It is hard to keep up with all that LJ does.
That's because of him. I went with Derek Bell with the 100 Black Men mentoring nonprofit. So I've been now twice there. Guest bartending fundraiser at Joe Owens because of LJ's involvement with them. So it's just these networking building blocks that along the way you kind of meet one person. It's like 6 degrees of separation with Tallahassee. It's like one person becomes 3 more. Or I guess better metaphor. You're a Marvel fan, right?
Of course.
You've dabbled. So
I dabble.
I mean, I hate to say it, but the Hydra method, take one snakehead and 2 more pop up. That's kind of funny on the reverse side of it because Hydra is an evil organization. When you have 2 more connections pop up from one person meeting, it's kind of a weird metaphor, but I just thought of that too. It's kind of funny with that logic.
No, it definitely is, and I get the analogy, and I appreciate it. I think that it's definitely true that we have those. That's the way networking is supposed to work.
And thank you again. It's great the stars aligned today because if I wasn't here, I'd just be either hanging out on the bike, hanging out home, or just chilling. So I made the trek to come over to see you today, which is awesome because we made this happen for a while. So I'm glad I could actually take this to fruition.
No, I'm glad you're here. I when I started the show, I saw an ad. I saw a Facebook post, and I think it might have been LJ in the call with you, or it might have been when you had lunch with Christique.
Sure.
And I was like, man, I got to get Mike on here. And I hit you up a while back, and you responded, and you were like, oh, I can come out this Friday. I'm like, sweet, let's make it happen.
And that's the thing, because I do work part-time somewhere else as well, but schedules are schedules, and when they align, it works out. So it's cool to be able to kind of, not like last minute, but enough time for him to make it happen today. So we're glad the stars aligned.
No, that's awesome, man. I am so glad that you're here and talking all things business with you.
I made it through most of my cigars, so there you go.
Hey, that's all right, man. That's all right.
Yeah.
The big thing is, did you enjoy it?
I did. I'm still learning the technique, but it was cool to get that going. So
you're gonna have to come join me at Jerry's one Friday.
Yeah, make it happen.
Definitely, man. I know you know where it is.
I mean, I smoke, but I was definitely hanging out with you, so that's good.
Definitely a good group of guys up there. Shout out to Jerry's Cigar Lounge on Cary Forest.
Yeah.
But Mike, I definitely appreciate you coming out. I know you've got other things to do.
Well, I gotta get back to hospital sometime.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna keep you for the full 3 hours.
I appreciate that.
So we'll wrap it up.
Yep.
Now, but tell everybody again where to find you.
So social media wise, Facebook is Sleephead Cabs LLC, Instagram and Twitter, CCPhead Cabs LLC, and just see me out at the events and on the street, either on or off the bike, because always happy to have a conversation like this and just keep it rolling.
All right, and if you haven't hit the like, subscribe button, go ahead and do it. Check out Father to Father, Brother to Brother on Amazon. It is a great book. Shout out to Dr. Carter at carterscorner.org. Check us out at 10 Insurance Group on Facebook for all of your insurance needs. And I'm going to give a shout out to Tom. I cannot pronounce Tom's last name. So
There's a Polsky. Maybe we'll go there.
Yep. Shout out to him. Check out his campaign. He was brave enough to come on the show. But, brother, I appreciate you coming.
And last plug for Thomasville, because it's a great city that people should come to Alaska to explore more.
It is. If you haven't been up here, you should. The food is phenomenal up here.
I'm going to not be able to nap after nap at some point if I get home today.
You definitely got to take a quick nap.
Yeah,
I agree with you. But, all right, brother, I appreciate you coming.
Of course.
And
Yeah, always.
we'll have to have